On a spring day in Cancun, fate arranged their seats beside each other on a chartered flight. Young Beyoncé, merely 18, her laughter lighting the cabin, Jay Z, 30, already a star yet intrigued by her radiance. They spoke softly, forging a friendship in whispers that would one day root the most powerful partnership in modern music. For a year and a half, calls in the night became their routine, long conversations, confessions. She, rising star with Destiny's Child, he, chart-conscious rapper. Classic sushi dinners at Nobu, though their first date featured Jay Z's friend tagging along, a foolish mistake he later reflected on. But the mistake melted away. They were learning from each other, building their foundation, strong, slow, honest. In October 2002, 03 Bonnie and Clyde debuted, a bold collaboration that blurred professional notes and personal chords, her voice entwined in his rhythm, forging a harmony of trust and shared ambition. The next year, Crazy in Love erupted, a declaration of passion and partnership that shook the charts and declared their union to the world. By 2004, they stepped onto the MTV VMAs red carpet, hand in hand. No shadows left, only the truth of what they were for each other, creatively and personally intertwined. After a half-decade of dating, Jay Z proposed in 2007, quietly, intimately. On April 4, 2008, they wed in a secret Manhattan ceremony. Very emotional, insiders later recalled, decorated with 70,000 orchids. Beyoncé would later reflect. There was no rush. You have to know yourself before you can share that with someone else. In 2010-11, she stepped back from the spotlight, for home, for healing, for growth. But tragedy visited, a miscarriage, spoken of in her documentary Life is But a Dream, a heartbreak that shaped her strength. Then, August 2011, her pregnancy announcement at the VMAs. Iconic, vulnerable, public. January 7, 2012, Blue Ivy Carter arrived, ushered in with a lullaby no one else could sing. Jay Z's heartfelt track Glory immortalized their joy and their pain, acknowledging past miscarriages and celebrating new life. Yet, even miracles invite scrutiny. In 2014, at the Met Gala afterparty, a now infamous elevator altercation erupted. Solange and Jay Z clashing, Beyoncé caught between them. Though reasons were murky, infidelity rumors swirled. The trio later issued a unified statement. Families have problems, and we're no different. We've put this behind us. Then came April 2016, Beyoncé's Lemonade, a cultural reckoning, lyrical and visual proof of betrayal. The whispered Becky with the good hair became a watchword for infidelity and power. Jay Z listened. The world watched, and felt, the tremors. Lemonade's revelations in April 2016 sent shockwaves. Yet, resilience emerged in its wake. That same month, after her MTV VMA performance, Jay Z and Beyoncé reunited in Miami, dining together and closing her tour's opening with a heartfelt halo thanks. By mid-2016, they were steadily resurfacing. Seen together at Wimbledon in July, with smiles replacing tension. And at the final Formation tour stop in October, Beyoncé introduced him to the crowd. My man, she cheered, kissing him on stage, healing on display. Then came June 30, 2017, a watershed moment. Jay Z dropped 444, a confessional masterpiece built on apology. He directly addressed past infidelities, the Met Gala fallout, and 2 miscarriages, all culminating in a raw plea for forgiveness and renewal. He even handed Beyoncé a preview before releasing it, a gesture of respect and humility. In Family Feud, their joint vocals bound them. The verse "Let Me Alone, Becky" sealed the honesty pact. The Footnotes video cemented his admission, rebuilding their life, stripped of facades. On February 1, 2017, Beyoncé announced they were expecting twins. Rumi and Sir arrived June 13, 2017, doubling their joy and anchoring their bond deeper in family life. Creatively, both soared. In 2018, they united in Top Off, a spotlight collaboration with DJ Khaled that celebrated their restorative unity. June 2018 brought Ape's hit, Set in the Louvre, an artistic, cultural tour de force that elevated them to museum-shattering icons. Beyoncé's ventures continued. The 2019 soundtrack The Lion King. The Gift featured Jay Z and Blue Ivy, blending global Afrobeats influences and reaffirming their bond through shared creative heritage. By 2024-25, amidst her Cowboy Carter World Tour, the couple sought new horizons, spotted surveying 58 acres in England's Cotswolds, weighing the peace of rural life against LA's smog and wildfire risks. Their daughter Blue Ivy, age 13, is blossoming, performing on tour, modeling, trademarking her name, and echoing her mother's style and confidence across Paris and London. The Cowboy Carter World Tour soared from April 28, 2025 in California to across Europe, including 6 sold-out nights at London's Tottenham Stadium and 3 at Paris's Stade de France. Amid roaring crowds, Beyoncé performed with unwavering grace. Blue Ivy joined her sometimes on stage, stepping into the spotlight her parents built, an emotional cycle uniting legacy and lineage. Yet behind the scenes, a deeper narrative emerged. They scouted a new sanctuary, a 58-acre property in England's Cotswolds, touring it by helicopter between London shows. Motivated by a desire for space, security, and normalcy away from wildfire-threatened California, this potential secondary base reflects both practical caution and an expanding transatlantic family life. Their parenting philosophy remains steadfast, creating stability for Blue Ivy, 13, Rumi and Sir, 7, despite global fame. Beyoncé keeps their home grounding and fulfilling. Her children attending after-school sessions in her studio, Jay Z affirms they provide a loving environment. We're just guides. Yet, even Tina Knowles worries, I worry about the fame impacting my grandchildren. One day they'll read the lies. But they are doing an amazing job as parents. The Carter family's imprint now spans business, artistry, and philanthropy. Jay Z's Sean Carter Foundation launched a Champions for Financial Legacy initiative across HBCUs in spring 2025, deepening his commitment beyond music. Beyoncé's Cowboy Carter album debuted at #1 on Billboard 200 in March 2024. Breaking records and winning her historic Grammys in June 2025, including Album of the Year and the first Best Country Album by a Black woman. Meanwhile, they're actively grooming Blue Ivy for her own future. Sources describe her as a carbon copy of Beyoncé, with a built-in roadmap to stardom, but her parents emphasize not rushing. As long as your child feels supported and loved, anything is possible. Settling roots. Will the Cotswolds house become a second home? They're leaning into the idea, but their heart remains in LA. Touring and creativity. Beyoncé's era of genre-blending storytelling continues, while Jay Z expands his social impact and entrepreneurial ventures. After buzzing crowds in London and Paris, Beyoncé and Jay Z slipped away in June 2025 for a helicopter ride across 58 acres in the Cotswolds, near Great Two and Burford, areas steeped in English charm and celebrity kin, the Beckhams, Simon Cowell, Ellen DeGeneres, Kate Moss among them. They were drawn not just to the rolling hills and historic pubs, but to the peace, safety, and space far from California's wildfire threats. Despite this allure, insiders confirm that they'll remain primarily based in Los Angeles. Yet the UK is now firmly part of their story. During Beyoncé's tour stops in Paris and London, Blue Ivy, 13, made waves, her blonde curls and calm stage presence drawing admiration. With each show, she's stepping further into the spotlight, excelling as a principal dancer on the tour and helping backstage as creative advisor. A role not passive, but actively shaping shows. Under the watchful guidance of Beyoncé and Jay Z, Blue Ivy isn't just performing. She's learning the business behind the scenes. She's been spotted directing shoot ideas, making costume choices, and tracking her own trademarks, all moves that signal early leadership. Jay Z has explained that their goal isn't to push her into music. It's to let her choose her path while feeling supported and loved. As Forbes notes, Blue Ivy is being positioned to manage and expand, a legacy rooted in intellectual property and creative vision, not entitlement. Beneath gentle skies, summer whispers fade into autumn's glow. And yet, their story remains evergreen, rooted in love, tempered by truth, and ever expanding. In the hush between tour dates and transatlantic flights, Beyoncé and Jay Z fortify what began in youth, a partnership of equals, enriched by art, anchored in family. Their laughter echoes across Cotswold fields, their whispers fill LA's sunlit rooms. With the twins learning from their parents and Blue Ivy dancing, and soon singing, under the spotlight, the Carters don't just continue a legacy, they evolve it. Love, had they known in those early summer days, would bloom into this. A dynasty not built on empire alone, but on the fragile strength of forgiveness, creativity, and shared dreams. Their children, especially Blue Ivy, stand poised on the edge of their own stories, singers, dancers, thinkers, inheritors of a name and the freedom to shape its future. So here, in this moment of golden balance, we close this chapter, not on an end, but on a milestone. A family at full bloom, ready for what's next, tours, ventures, artistry, and the still unwritten stories of Sir, Rumi, and Blue Ivy Carter. You're ready for your video, this is their living poem. If you enjoy the video, please like, subscribe and share.